Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by Profotech Solutions team. I am Sanjay. We are learning WordPress Plugin Development tutorial from scratch, and this is part 29th of this video session series in which we are going to see about that how can we create our forms of add new, book list as well as book edit. Okay, in the last video sessions we had installed our table while using register activation hook, as well as we have dropped our table by using register deactivation hook. Okay, so in this video session simply we will see about that when we suppose activates plugin first. So let's say my book activate. Okay, so when we go to my book section, and this is the simple, as you can say, interface for this book list. Okay, so in this case we want a data table which contains the list of books. Okay, and also in case of add new, here it will be a form which basically takes a simple means data from the user like book name, author, book image, so on. So all these data fields we want to make for user interface for the admin. Okay, so we find that those files first. So these all files stored within views folder. Okay, here is book add and book list. Okay, so I going to use about this book list first. Okay, so book list basically contains a table structure which contains the table information of all books. Okay, for that we are going to use a dummy information for that. That's why I am opening data table website. Okay, so go to example section, geo configuration, and within this geo configuration we will see about a dummy example it has provided. Just click on HTML. Okay, and here is the table that you can find. Just you need to copy all these things that here is given. Okay, just copy all the table script actually the data table has provided. So just I have done copy of all these table scripts. Just make copy of that and simply go to editor, and let's say div class container. Okay. Within this div let's make another div and it's class row. These all classes provided by Bootstrap. Okay, and just paste this table structure what we have copied from here. So here we have a container, a row, and the table script. Okay, so just save this file, go to plugin and refresh this page. Okay, this is the table that we have made copy. Also we need to copy the things that we have seen for this example like CSS and HTML. Okay, sorry, JavaScript. So HTML section we have done copy of all those. Just click on JavaScript section, and here is a script, a small script that we need to include in our JavaScript file. Okay, so just copy this script again because it binds this information by making a data table. Currently it is not activated. Okay, so go to administrator panel, editor, just click on JS, and this is the JS of our custom code. Okay, so just paste it here, and simply let's change the ID of this table like my book. Okay, so this is the ID of this table. Just copy this ID, go to your script and paste it here. Okay, so all we have done now, we have created a table and we have bind it with the data table function provided by our library, that is datatable.main.js. Okay, so go to our browser and refresh this page. Okay, let me check the error, why it is not converted. Just click on inspect, go to console, and within this console like dollar is not defined. Okay guys, because we have included the WordPress default jQuery library file. Okay, as you remembered when we have included the file, then this is the jQuery library WordPress has provided. Okay, and it does not support $sign because confliction. So we have to remove the $sign from here and we need to write jQuery instead. Okay, so just replace your dollar with the jQuery. Okay, all done I think. Just refresh this page. here is no console error you can find. Okay, here is some errors. We need to download this image from our internet. Okay, so this is the data table, guys, that we have created. Just zoom out from this view. It's reset to 100% only. And here is the data table, guys, that we have created. Okay, and here's the search bar like accountant. Okay, searching currently. Okay, searching is going fine. So now let's wrap this data table within a panel of Bootstrap. Okay, so we want to wrap this data table with the panel. So just go to Bootstrap website, and here is the panel that we need to copy of that. Just copy this code and paste within this. So just paste the content within this row div. Okay, and let's cut this table section from here. Go to the panel body section and paste it here. Okay, so when we refresh our page, let's refresh this page, then this table has appeared with this panel. Okay, so let's change the default color of this panel by removing default to primary. Okay, so panel primary gives a blue color, as you can see. So this is the table that we have generated for our book list. Okay, and also let's add a confirmation message within this. Okay, a div element like div. Here is class alert, and here is call like info. Okay, and within this div tag, let's another h5 and my book list. Okay, so just save this file, refresh this page, and here is the alert, as you can see. Okay, my book list. Okay, so we have created a book list page in which we have implemented the data table code. Okay, which we have done copy from this data table website. Okay, so all we have done with the book list section. Let's say about the add new. Okay, so go to the add new page. Let's open book add. Okay, so let's remove all this content from here, and let's make div class container. Okay, div class row, and finally we need to make a panel section for here. Okay, so just again copy this content section from here and paste within this row. Okay, and also we need to make a alert. Okay, which says that it's a like h4. Within h4 let's add book add page. Okay, and if here we need to add class alert, and it's info. Okay, so and here is primary section. We need to include with this panel, and just remove the panel content right now. Okay, so just refresh this page, go to add new section, and just refresh this page once more, and here is the book add page. Okay, so we need to include a form within this panel. So just go to Bootstrap, okay, form section, and let's make a copy of a snippet of the code that it has provided for the form. Okay, so this is the form that we need to copy. Okay, so just make use of this code. Okay, I have done copy of that all content. Just copy this code from here, go to editor and paste it here. Okay, so just save this file, go to browser and refresh this page. Here is the form that we have made. Okay, so let's remake fields according to the database that we have created, and the database section contains the table of my books. Okay, so just click on my books, structure, and name, author, about, or book image. So these are the fields that we need to create with this form. Okay, so let's say about the name section. For that, go to your form and just remove this action from here, and let's say JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript colon and void 0, because we need to submit this form by the help of JavaScript. Okay, ID like form add book. Okay, so this is the ID that we need to write within this form, Okay, and let's say again, like, just remove this email, its name. Okay, and here is the name, here is name also, input type text. Okay, and placeholder something called enter name. Okay, and id should be name, and the name property we need to add with the name. Okay, and also it's still required while adding book. Okay, so we have set all the fields values for this name section. So just make copy of this section. Okay, just scroll down, remove this password section as well as the checkbox. Okay, and just paste the content. Here is, you can say, like author. Okay, it will be text, it will be author, required, id will be author, and the name section is also should be author. Okay, so here it is going to write author, and also within placeholder let me say enter author name. Okay, so all we have done about the author section. So just I'm going to use called about section. Okay, so just make use of that, copy this code and paste it here again. Okay, and let's say this is not input type text, as we know that about section is something called description section, and the description section requires the use of text area. Okay, so let's say about, here is about, and we need to use a text area within this div. Okay, so just use text area. Now here is something called name, about, id should be about, and placeholder something called enter about. Okay, and according to Bootstrap we need to add a class called form control. Okay, so just refresh this page. Let's say what we have done so far. We have added our enter name section, author name, as well as the about section. Okay, so let's add another button here which will actually takes the image from our. Okay, so let's say a button which actually used to upload that image of book. So just we need to make a button like div form book, just make copy of that and paste it here. Okay, so let's say it not text area, just remove that, and let's say input type button. Okay, and class should be something called btn, or you can say info. Okay, and the value equal to upload image. Okay, and here you can say upload book image. Okay, so all we have done now. Let's check it's working. Yep, upload book image. Here is the upload image, here is the name, author, and about section. Okay, so let's change about the panel heading. So let's say about the panel heading, it should be add new book. Okay, add new book. So go to book list again. Here we need to change the panel heading called my book list. Okay, my book list. So just refresh this page. Here is a panel that we have made. Here is the alert, and let's say book list, and here is the panel heading that we have changed. Okay, so all we have done, guys, we have created two forms, means two forms of book list and add new section. Okay, so let's say another page that we want, but in case like when we go to book list, then we have to make a action column here which actually takes two buttons like delete and edit. So in case of edit button, we need to make another page of that which actually basically needs to update the information. Okay, so we have to make a page of that like views, and let's say book edit. Okay, and we need to go to book add. Just copy this all content from book add and just paste within books book edit. Okay, and let's say submit, let's say update. Okay, and also add new book. Instead it will be like something update book. Okay, and let's say it's book add page is book update page. Okay, so that's it, book edit has now made. Just refresh this page. So but how can we appear the book edit page into our front end? Okay, because we have added only two menu sections, and by the way edit section will not be appear within this list. So how can we show this page into our administrator panel? Okay, so to do that we need to include WP My Books, and here we need to add another submenu section within this plugin menu. Okay, so just make a copy of that and paste it here. Okay, so when we actually say something like add new, instead of add new, let's say book edit. Okay, like book edit. Okay, and here is something called book edit. Okay, and it also, let's say it's book edit instead of add new slug. Here is the add new slug, let's say it's book edit. Okay, and book edit, it's my book instead, let's say edit. Okay, this is the callback function. So we need to copy this callback function name, and here we need to create a function for that. So let's say function my book edit, and here is the function which includes the book edit file. Just make copy of that and paste it here. Okay, so this is the file that we have created, like bookedit.php. Just refresh this. Okay, so all we have done now, let's check. Just refresh this page, and here is book edit section. Okay, just click on that, and here is book update page. Okay, so we got the page, but guys we don't want to show book edit section in this plugin menus. Okay, so how can we work with this page internally? To do that we need to remove this book edit means plugin title as well as main menu title from here. Okay, so just remove this section only from here, and here is the slug I can see book edit. Just copy this page. Okay, and refresh this page. Once you refresh, you can see that the book edit section has gone, because we have removed about the page title and the menu title from add submenu page. So all we have done now with our three forms. Okay, so we have created our book list, add new as well as book edit, which is internal page. Okay, so in the next video session guys, we will see about the validation of these fields as well as how can we upload. When we click on this upload image, then how can we pick image from this media gallery. Okay, I have made a separate video in our last video sessions if you remember, but don't worry about that, we will make use of that in the next video session about its validation, as well as we will see about that how can we upload image from this media gallery. Okay, so for this video session we have covered like add new, book list as well as book edit form section. Okay guys, and these all forms that we have created, as you can see, book list, book add and book edit. To create this form fast as you can use the bootstrap classes, or you can say form section from here, as well as your data table from this here. Okay, it will means make the fast plugin for you. It helps you a lot. Okay, so if you have any query about this video session guys, then please drop your comment. I will reply as soon as possible. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.